What's up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Huddle. As always, it's your boy Jacob. Jared to my right, left for y'all. What's up? What's up, fantasy? 5 minutes late. Yeah, we're trying to finish up some last minute stuff.
Look, you've been watching us long enough to know we're not on time.
Never on time. That's the one bet I'll always cash in. Yo, what's up, Dave? What's up, man? Appreciate you showing up. Predict who the Raiders are getting round one. Yep, we're gonna be going over all the round. We're gonna go back over our first 1 through 6 picks, and then we're gonna go 7 through 16 tonight.
Yeah,
and it'd be finishing up our first round of the mock, and then because we're only gonna do 2 mocks. We're gonna do one from now until like a week before the draft.
Yeah.
And then
like an official.
And then we'll do like an official one right before the draft starts. What pick do they currently have? What pick do the Raiders currently have? What are they? 11? I want to say 12. Maybe I could be wrong.
12. I think it is Denver. I think it's 11.
13.
Okay, so we were both wrong.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, Raiders got 13. We did the mock already. It's already on here. Okay, yeah, we're together. Yeah, he's over at my crib. What's up, fellas? It's Coach. Yo, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining.
Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, Coach. He gotta play PlayStation with. So, yes, sir.
No, different coach.
Yeah, they're 13. No, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, that's you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're gonna start off tonight with a crazy trade, in my opinion, that happened this past week. Chiefs cornerback Ladarius Sneed gets traded to the Titans for almost pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, I think it was a third. I think they're both consensual picks or whatever how you can say.
Yeah.
I think it's a third, and then I think a 7th, which is nuts to me. Now, I heard something about how they were explaining like they didn't want to even probably deal with the headache because they already.
Well, they traded him for a 2025 third-round pick, so not even this season.
Right.
Next season's draft pick in the 3rd round, and then they swapped 7th-round picks.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Tennessee fleeced them, dude. It was crazy because we watched Tennessee get fleeced by Philadelphia for A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
And then to turn around, they get rid of that GM. They get rid of all them people. And then to turn around and be like, well, you know what? Let's fleece somebody ourselves. How about that? You know,
basically
that's what they did. I'm pretty sure. Not sure why the Colts didn't get Snead. I haven't really seen the Colts do much. I mean, it was good that they re-signed Pittman.
Yeah, that's really the only move they really made. Noticeable move they made is Pittman.
It's the thing about Indy is that unless Indy has a great team or like a great quarterback, I want to see how Anthony Richardson does.
Yeah.
But if they have a great team or a great quarterback, you can attract free agents.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that, nobody's like, yeah, I want to go spend my career in Indianapolis. Nobody wants that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on the team. It's it's just in the Midwest. You know, there's not as much branding recognition that you can get as you would in other places, better marketing, stuff like that.
That's why some players go to the Jets because, you know, it's New York. You get, you know, your name out there bigger in New York, City of Lights.
Yep. Well, he was still, wasn't he still on a rookie deal?
I don't know.
I thought he was still on a rookie deal.
But he probably was, or he was probably coming off of it because he was a free agent.
Yeah.
So he's coming off, and they drafted.
They franchise tagged him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be franchise tagged for this year, and then they're going to have to come in. That's what it was. He's a good cornerback. But they didn't want to pay him because they just paid Chris Jones. They're paying on Patrick Mahomes. They're paying for what's his name right now? Travis Kelce.
Yep.
You know, they're paying all these guys. So it's going to cost a lot to keep Mahomes, even if he cuts back on his deal.
And they also drafted Trent McDuffie too. So they also have an insurance that letting him walk. They have Trent.
Yeah, but man, I honestly think that it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot for the Chiefs, for me, in my opinion, to go repeat now. Unless they go in the draft and snag another cornerback like a Snead, because the ability to shut down the outsides is huge. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
So the fact that they don't have that anymore, and you can shut down one side of the field, but then the other side of the field is going to be a little bit exposed. It's going to be harder to stop offenses now. You still don't get me wrong. You still have Pat Mahomes. You still have Andy Reid. Still have Travis Kelce. Still have Chris Jones. You still have your 4 key pieces to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
it's getting to that point where they're about to lose 2 of them.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting. I want to see what they do in the draft. Maybe they trade up, but is any team going to be like, yeah, we'll trade up and make you better?
Yeah, no.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't think, even if they get a call and it's a good deal, they'll probably be like, well, yeah, we might be better, but then we're going to have to deal with y'all for the next couple of years because you're trading up to get these players, So I don't even know if a team is going to come back with that and be like, well, you know what? Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah,
they didn't want to pay him for 4
If I'm a
years.
GM, I'm not trading with Kansas City. Y'all can suffer.
He'll be good for 2 max based on how they felt about the deal. No, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I don't think – I mean, cornerbacks, once you start to lose your speed as a cornerback and your shiftiness, you start to lose,
you
like
kind of got to rely on
who
your
you
technique at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, Colts didn't want to spend the money. Yeah, that's really what it is. Or trade picks. Yeah, y'all are still building. You know what I mean? Y'all are still putting together a team. And so I expected that. I expected y'all to not do much in the offseason because you're basically trying to flip everything again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tried the plug-in quarterback for a few years. It didn't.
2 years.
Well, I mean, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, and then you went and drafted a guy, and he got hurt.
You forgot Sam Ehlinger.
Oh, so I forgot about Sam Ehlinger. Oh, my God. Sam Ehlinger, bro. I feel bad.
And you got Gardner last year.
Oh, yeah. Gardner. Yep. So, only reason it was Gardner, though, is because of Anthony Richardson getting hurt.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, expired rookie deal. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Money situation. I can see that. McDuffie, young enough, drafted DB to pair with McDuffie. Yeah, and that I could see that. I could see that happen because I think, to be honest with you, I don't see a lot of teams in the top 16 of this mock draft that we did that are going to go after a cornerback hard.
I have one corner going in the top 15. And it's Nate Wiggins. But I'm not going to tell you where.
I think I had one, and it wasn't even Nate Wiggins. I might have 2. I don't know. I'd have to see. But Chiefs can trade up for Mitchell.
I believe AD Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
God, no.
Please no.
Look, if there's anything they can do is get another quick receiver. They cannot get Xavier Worthy.
Facts.
That's
too much. They should just do what the Cowboys used to do. Dion often covered the 2 recover man. Often covers the number 2. Cover man press straight up. And then they would double the best wide receiver. I mean, yeah, you could bracket the other guy with your lesser talent and then put your really good corner on the number 2 guy and just shut down that side of the field. That is something you could do. That is something you could do. I definitely agree that's a strategy. Will they go with that strategy though? I mean, it's the Spags you're talking about here.
They're probably if they don't move up, I can honestly see them taking a guard.
Yeah, this is Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, he wants blitzes with man coverage. That's what he wants. And in order to do that, you need 2 really great corners or really good corners to be able to press on that outside and disrupt those routes, disrupt those passes and that timing in order to allow your pass rush to get there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Colts were 1 catch away. You got to be quicker than that. Colts getting Wiggins. Nate Wiggins, the corner
from Clemson.
I don't know if that's who I put. I got to see. Is this corner even corner heavy? No, it's really not. It's really not a heavy corner draft.
I don't think it's a heavy defensive draft.
It's really heavy wide receiver and offensive line. offensive line and wide receiver are the two biggest ones this year. There are some edged guys thrown in the mix, some edge pass rushers. You got a couple tight ends in there that are decent. On the defensive side of the ball, it's mainly been in the front seven. That's where you're seeing the back end's not strong this year. I don't think. I don't think there's anybody that's coming out that really is wowing me.
I believe the top safety is Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, DeJean. Yeah, Cooper DeJean. Yeah. Toledo Mitchell. I don't even know who that is.
He must be the corner instead. I don't know much about the corners.
I don't know much about the corners this year either. Dion used to call their cat defense. I got this cat. Yeah, who cover the rest. That shit's great. Still have PS2 in question for AJ or AJ Terrell from Atlanta. I mean, yeah, Patrick Surtain would be a good trade if you wanted to, but like I said, they've already spent money, so I don't think they want to spend that money on him or AJ Terrell.
Now what you could do is Pat P's a free agent. You could possibly throw him a 1-year deal and let him play man.
But he's been playing safety. He hasn't really been playing cornerback. He's been playing safety to further his career. So, but I still think it's a great trade for the Titans. On the flip side of this, not looking at the Titans. The Titans have done so much this year.
Yeah.
In this offseason. I wish Brandon Coffey was in the comments right now so that I could be talking directly to him, because this is fucking amazing how we've seen Tennessee this off, and nobody's talking about it.
Because not only did they, what did they do? They got Will Levis as the starting quarterback this year.
I mean, he's growing. He's growing. You got to wait and see.
He's also 25.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a new coach.
Yes.
As well.
And then, but you still got two of the best route runners in Ridley and D Hop.
Yeah, you got Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins, a little old, a little past their primes, but they're still Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins. So you still got to worry about them.
And then they signed the center, and then they signed Pollard.
Yeah.
So they revamped their offense a little bit. Like, they're working on their offense. Now the defensive side, they got to figure something out.
Facts. Well, they trade for Snead.
Yeah.
That's a good piece. That's a good centerpiece to have. You still have what's his name? Jeffrey Simmons. The D tackle. I mean, you could build around those two counterparts.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? You got a really good corner, a really good D tackle. Maybe you look in the draft for another offensive tackle. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing.
You know, maybe or I don't think you would probably, because I think if they went edge right there, they'd be reaching with edge.
Fair enough.
But if they went with, you know, a tackle, you know, or offensive line, I think that's where excuse me, that's where the Titans need to be right now. To start, you start up front. You know, you got a good corner, you got guys out on the outside. Now you got to start working on your fronts, defense and offense. First, I think the most important position, I've said this many times, the most important position in the NFL is offensive line. I don't care about the quarterback, because if the quarterback has no time to throw the ball, he's not a good quarterback. He's going to look like not a good quarterback. You feel what I'm saying? So, most important is offensive line. Next is the quarterback. Next is defensive line, because you need pass rushing to combat that offensive line and that good quarterback.
So where would you put backup quarterback?
Backup quarterback's a little bit further down the list. Well, I would say that, but man, I'll tell you what, it seems like everybody's getting fucking injured right now.
Yeah.
So, especially how it was last year. You saw, people who've been watching, y'all saw the graphic. They saw what it was with all the backups playing.
I mean, and then, you know, speaking of, you know, injuries, we got the hip drop tackle.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that right after this. My Raiders could use some offensive line. I was thinking go Michael Penix second round and have him sit a year under Gardner, unless they decide to roll with AOC, who I really like. They won't draft a QB and develop AOC. And AOC came on very strong late in the year. He did. He was playing pretty well at the end of last season. I would grab offensive line Penix or Bo Nix. I don't think Bo Nix falls to you. I think Bo Nix goes to Denver. And then they go after some linebackers, more offensive line. I can see that. Yeah, I don't think y'all are gonna have a chance at Bo Nix. So I think Denver scoops up Bo Nix right before y'all. Literally pick before y'all. Titans didn't want to pay AJ Brown, but they signed Ridley. Yeah, I know, right? It's ironic. It's a new regime. You feel what I'm saying? People, it's the Titans, yes, and it's funny because of the way that they did it. but it's not the same guy doing it.
Yeah.
It's not the same guy that got rid of A.J. Brown that went and signed Ridley. It's somebody different building this team in a new direction who never had a chance to have A.J. Brown on his team. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, hilarious on A.J. Brown. Yeah, like I said, it's new regime, David. New regime, Dave. I agree with the offensive defensive line are most important. If you dominate those areas, you win. Exactly. If you dominate up front in the line of scrimmage, that's in the trenches is where you win football games. But yeah, so yeah, offense, defensive line, most important in my opinion, easily. Titans could take with Dijon within the top 10. Is he a top 10 pick?
I don't think they.
That's a reach right there, in my opinion.
I don't think they go that far.
I don't think they go that far.
So if Brock Bowers is there at 10, they'll take him. If they take an offensive tackle, I can see that even more.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I don't even think Bo Nix is going around 1 5-year starter that doesn't score well on Wonderlic. Nah, I don't really.
Look, the Wonderlic got thrown out the window.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the Wonderlic. It's not really like I want to see how you play in the game. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way I once you get out there and you play, that's how I see it. Because anything outside of that, I don't care about. Unless you're like, going crazy like Aaron Hernandez.
Chill out.
But that's really the only thing.
It's too soon.
Yeah, Del Rio did that for the Raiders going 12-4, and they were like, peace on me, let's get Gruden. Yeah, they fucked over y'all with Gruden. I don't know why they did that.
And McDaniels.
Yeah, offensive line was unreal when we first had Carr. Yeah, y'all had a good squad. Wonderlic is the biggest thing for QBs. I feel like it was more important back in the day. I don't, because like the way players play now, it's a lot more freestyle-ish.
Yeah.
Now there's still timing, there's still scheme, there's still all that stuff. But when the play breaks down, it's not like how it used to be. There weren't as many quarterbacks back in the day that could get out the pocket, make a move, pass on the run type stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's expected of you now. That is expected of you because of the way that the game is evolved.
Yeah.
So I think that now, I think smarts is really important in football. Having football is really important. However, I think when you cope that with talent, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Because
talent can only get you so far. But at the same time, in the NFL, you could be a specialist at stuff and utilize that talent. I mean, we saw, just perfect example on your team. We saw Michael Slater make a career. Matt Slater make a career out of being a gunner.
Yeah.
Being a straight gunner for special teams. That's all he was.
He was drafted as a wide receiver too, and then he just, I think it was 18 years, 18 seasons.
That's every season. That's what he was. He was a gunner. So being able to utilize your talent, but not utilize the smartness of the game.
Right.
Like you could do that in football. Other it's a little bit tougher in other ones. Maybe baseball, I guess, is a little bit, but
I don't know shit about baseball.
In hockey and basketball, smartness dominates. That's why Luka's so good, because Luka's not athletic at all, but he can just do anything to you. You see what I'm saying?
It's a big dude.
Yeah. So Nick's having a low score in a Wonderlic makes sense because he did poorly on reads in college and he rarely went past his first or second read. I mean, it's Oregon. That's their offense is built on quick throws and it's not really NFL ready. But the thing is I think that he reminds you of a Drew Brees. You see what I'm saying? He reminds you of a Drew Brees where you could mold him into somebody that can be that.
Now, I think,
especially with somebody like Sean Payton.
Yeah. I think it was. I'm pretty sure you might know because you might have seen the video too. But Packer president broke down Bo Nix's tape and everything. He said he's accurate. It just didn't help that his receivers were dropping the ball most of the time on some of the plays. But all the other plays like that was people was catching them, even with the drops, they were pretty accurate. So he could probably benefit with the actual receivers that can actually catch better up in the pros. So, and then Sean Payton, he helped out Drew Brees get a ring.
I think they helped each other.
Yeah.
I think they helped each other. So, but all right. All right, on to the next one. We're going to talk about we'll talk about this hip drop. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hip drop tackle ban. For those who don't know, here is a good description of what a hip drop tackle looks like. As you can see, he's grabbing him by the hips, totally letting like his feet come from like the defender's feet, totally giving out his weight and putting all of his weight down to the ground. Now, most of the time, somebody's leg gets trapped underneath that and they fall on a leg, a lot of knee injuries, a lot of ankle injuries behind that. Now, is it a tremendous amount? No. People have actually done the math on this, and hip drop tackles are actually only 1%. 1%. Hip drop tackles are 1% of tackles in the NFL. So, Jared, the question is this a good rule? Is this a bad rule?
I mean, I can get it from both sides, like, player health.
Pause. Pause. Yo, did y'all just hear this, man? Yo, I can get it from both sides?
Look, bro.
What did he say? Come on now. Sheesh.
Anyways, before we got off topic real quick. Player safety, I can get that part, right? No concussions, no broken ankles, fucked up legs, torn ACLs.
I don't think concussions are the issue. It's mainly the leg stuff.
Yeah, I'm just talking about player safety in general.
Yeah.
But then it's like we're got the piggyback rods now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to jump on somebody's back.
That's exactly what it's like now.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna have to jump on somebody's back and not just drop to the ground.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's gonna work.
And then I was listening to something on the way over here, and they were saying basically they're got to reteach tackling all over again now.
You are. Well, it's not so much you're going to have to reteach tackling, but you're going to have to reteach tackling when it applies to chasing somebody down.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find a new way to shift your body weight. Because that's what a hip drop tackle is. You only get hip drop tackles when
it's in pursuit.
Yeah, it's not face to face. It's not a one up on each other. You don't get them on a deep catch where it's contested and somebody's grabbing at them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen like that. Like I said, it's 1% of the tackles in the NFL. So, but Jed, I want a definitive answer. Is this a good rule or is this a bad rule?
Personally, I don't like it. Because it's just like, how are you gonna have people tackling now? Because like that's the whole point now.
Yeah.
Because like we took out can't hit the quarterback a certain way.
Yeah.
We took out there's another one I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyways, but I mean still.
Well, the defenseless receivers, going up high.
It's like
targeting stuff.
It's
like
that.
They
don't want the defense tackling. They're like, yeah, score.
Yeah.
They might as well make it take it.
I never saw a single hip drop tackle my entire college career that came from eliminating upper body shots and fines. 1% of tackles that combined for 25% of the overall league injuries. That's crazy. 1% of tackles that combine for 25% of the overall league injuries is wild.
We saw a lot of injuries last year.
Show me an MMA fighter with CTE and I'll believe in it. I mean, not necessarily an MMA fighter, but I mean, what's his name? Chris Benoit.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't really follow much.
You don't know who Chris? Like, come on, bro. Like Chris Benoit was the rabid Wolverine in wrestling, right? And his special move was a flying headbutt. Like he would go up to the top rope, jump off that bitch, put his fucking arms out like spread eagle wise, and just boom, hit his head on the dude's like shoulder somewhere or something like that, and this dude went crazy. Ended up killing like his wife and his kid. He had like 2 kids, I think, and one of them was like at his other mom's house, like at his mom's house. Like they were split up. He was with somebody new, and he ended up killing her, killing the kid. Terrible story, tragedy, right? And killed himself. Tragedy. But I can't think of an MMA fighter though.
Oh, there's a document. I've heard of the documentary. I've just never watched it. That's why.
Which one? Oh, the
documentary comment.
Oh, you just got to reteach hawk tackling. Yeah. Right. You got to wrap the legs instead of going up higher on the hip. You're gonna have to go at the legs. And guess what? You're still gonna get leg injuries coming from that tackle. This is tackle football. At some point, injuries are gonna happen. It's part of the game. Unfortunate, but it's part of the game. And nobody's invincible.
I remember one time I was watching coaches. He was on a show one time, right? And he had a whiteboard behind him, and he was just drawing up plays and shit like that, talking about it and shit.
Oh, that's who that is? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I was watching that.
Yeah, that's coach.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's whiteboard coach. That's who that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Seahawks were great at that tackle. The Legion, they were. They were great defense. Man, that was a great defense. That Seahawks Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
That defense was crazy. They do face-to-face on short yardage. It's actually a technique you taught to twist a person so they can't reach for it. Yeah, it's not so much like it's more of a pursuit tackle. Like you don't really see it. Now, I have seen like when smaller guys are trying to bring down bigger guys,
and that was another thing.
And it's like kind of like up, like kind of close, and then they'll grab them and kind of just drop down like that. You know what I mean? But that's not as dangerous,
right?
You know what I mean? Because they're just falling straight down. So I think it's just the danger of it. Now do I think it's a good rule? No, I don't think it's a good rule. I still don't think it's a good rule. Now, is it a bad rule? No, I don't think it's a bad rule either.
Fair.
You see what I'm saying? The NFL at the end of the day is a business. They're trying to eliminate as much injuries as possible because people don't want to pay to see backups. They want to pay to see the superstars. So at the end of the day, that's where the NFL lies on this issue. That's why the NFLPA shot it down, but the NFL owners were like, no, we're passing it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that's where the people aren't understanding why this league is transitioning to the way it is, and it's because the owners want more money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the more money that they get, the more money that the players can get. The salary cap goes higher, and such and such and such and such, and such and such and such and such. Exactly. Yeah. More money, and that's all that. That's all that it's for. That's all that it's for.
No, you can't pass up that one.
I'm not passing it up. It's called Hawk Tackling. No, it is. It is. Great documentary. Chris Benoit. Oh, man, you should watch it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I've seen the documentary part.
Yeah. I also like the movie with Will Smith. Got hit with a lawsuit by the family of the Bears safety, saying the movie was a complete farce and that their father was nothing like that.
What movie was that? I've
Concussion.
seen it. Okay, I was gonna say I've seen it, I just can't think of it.
Yeah, Concussion. Again, they didn't do that. It hit my years 2002, 2000. Oof, that was a while ago.
Feels like fucking forever ago.
I never saw a hit jog until the NFL started. The defenses.
That is true.
Yeah.
Until this year, that wasn't really brought up.
And it's because people used to go for the big hits. But now they're scared to get flagged on the big hits, so they'll catch the ball, and then they're chasing them down, and then those type of plays happen.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get the 15 for the big hit anymore. So I gotta agree with you, Dave. Like I didn't really see it before when I was younger.
before last year, I didn't even see it much in the year prior to last year. Until like they started talking about it more this year. I'm like, this just kind of came up out of nowhere. This one's a bitch.
This one's crazy out here. But I'm not necessarily going to say it's a bad tackle. I'm not necessarily say a bad rule. I'm not going to say it's a good rule, but I do not like the rule. You see what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
So I would lean more towards a bad rule than I would a good rule, but I just do not like it. That's really what it is. Is it illegal to drop kick players like the water boy? Yes, it is actually. We saw Antonio Brown kind of do it. You see what I'm saying? When he did it on the punt return, I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
When I think it was against the Browns.
Yes, it was the punter.
And he just fucking straight kicked the punter in the goddamn face.
And I think he still ran and scored on it too.
No, he got tackled.
I was about to say.
No, he got tackled.
That wasn't the same one when he like jumped on the goalpost.
No,
that's what I thought that was.
No. Just fast forward to the belts with the flags in them. Yeah, basically. The NFL changed in 2011, I believe, is when they changed the Section 41 entertainment license, allowing them to guide games legally. Might have been 2009, but that allows them to guide games. Yeah. No, and anybody that doesn't think that the NFL doesn't guide games is crazy. They're absolutely crazy. They do it in basketball. They do it. They do it in baseball because you'll see a pitch and you're like, oh, that's a strike, clear strike, and then the guy's like ball, and you're like, yo, what? And vice versa as well.
Yep.
You know, and it's not that these guys are terrible at their jobs. Some of them probably are, but it's because the league office tells them, hey, do it like this tonight. So, coincidence with the owners saying that we can have $100 million player be injured, so they allow insurance companies to come in and ensure these huge contracts so owners get covered. Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's always about money. Tony Pollard injury sparked the conversation. Mark Andrews was icing on the cake. Yeah. And because they get injured on it, that's the big deal. Like, if nobody was getting injured, nobody would be talking about this tackle.
Yeah.
The insurance contract had their own verbiage, pressured the NFL to make those changes as they wouldn't pay owners the money for these situations. If not, that's what the suddenly with the blue tents. Yep. Remember when the blue tents came on the field? They didn't used to have that.
Yeah.
They didn't used to have that. Now that's what they do. The CTE gets invented for insurance purposes. Could be.
Yeah.
It could be. There are 4 sports classified. Yeah, it's the 4 major sports. Well, no, sorry, not the 4 major sports. WWE, yeah. Roller derby?
You don't see much about that.
I don't really see much roller derby. I didn't know roller derby was a thing that people went to like that.
Did you know people go to cornhole?
Oh, yeah, my aunt and uncle are actually, they do like cornhole tournaments in Pennsylvania. It's actually kind of funny.
I didn't know there was a league.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's like a professional cornhole league.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the PCO.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. I have no fucking idea what it actually
I honestly
is.
think it might be called that.
It could be. It could be. Hey, you got to check out that ESPN 8 to Ocho. All right, y'all. We're going to bring up this draft, talk a little bit more about this offseason.
All right. So before you want to get into the draft, or or anything else? Before that.
What else was? Oh, I did want to talk about something else, but yeah, we're going to talk about this off season a little bit. Go ahead. Okay, so the question of the offseason that I have right now is, will the Cowboys sign Dak Prescott mid-season or wait until the end of the year? Because he's on the last year of his contract.
Fair.
It's a contract year. The Cowboys haven't done much in free agency. They haven't really gotten anybody. They've lost players. Tony Pollard gone. Tyron Smith is gone. So that's players.
Gallup.
Yeah, Michael Gallup is gone. Those are players on this offense. They got they got talent. They still got to pay people in the future. CeeDee's got to get paid. Micah Parsons is eventually going to get paid. Trayvon Diggs. You have these guys there, and then where does Dak fit in on that?
I've seen something that if they don't extend Dak, they save like 65,000 or 65 million. I don't know.
65 million. That's because
I don't remember which one it is.
What I've been seeing about how much they're talking about with Dak Prescott's contract is that his next contract is he's going to be getting paid about 60 million a year. That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak Prescott is worth 60 million a year.
No.
I don't.
No.
So
I think we come to the conclusion that he's good enough to get you there, but not over the hump all the way.
Yeah. I think he's a good regular season quarterback. But here's the thing though. Okay, say you don't sign Prescott, okay? And then now you're stuck with a talented team. You're stuck with a talented team going through a quarterback carousel.
Yeah. Quarterback purgatory.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what route would they go at that point? What route would they go with,
could they
if Dak is gone? Like, are they just going to sign another guy to plug in because you have a talented team?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to go attack that draft?
So let's say they don't extend Dak, right? They let Dak walk.
Yes.
Right? They go into the draft. They probably will have like a mid to late round first round pick.
Yeah.
Depending on how the season goes.
Yeah. If they want a good quarterback, they'll have to trade up.
Yes. So let's say,
and the draft class next year is not as good as it is
not
this year.
So let's say they go get Ewers and keep him in Texas since he's already played ball in Texas.
Could you see them drafting a quarterback this draft just in case they don't end up signing Dak?
If they do, that's what then we might be on something.
Like maybe like a second round pick quarterback. You know who they could go get? Who I mean, think about it. I mean, Dak was like a third or a fourth round pick, wasn't he?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like he was a later pick. He wasn't. It's not like they went up to go get a good guy. They found him in third round. There's a guy in this draft who I like at the quarterback position. He's still raw in my opinion, but I do like. He's very talented. Joe Milton.
Fair enough. I do like how he can just fling the shit out of the ball.
I like Joe Milton. Okay. So I could see the Cowboys maybe second or third round going, well, we don't have a clear plan for Dak right now. So we have to go maybe snag a quarterback right now.
Yeah.
So I like Milton. I think that's a good option for them right there.
Who's to say they don't, well, what if for some reason they think they could rock for a season with Cooper Rush?
Nah, Cooper.
I don't see it either.
Nah, because then you're wasting a year that you're not paying these certain guys out here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, you pay those guys and
yeah.
You pay those guys and we'll see where it goes to after that. Oh, Jesus. It's fucking up. I can't get the comments to load. There we go.
I don't remember where we were at.
Right here. He said, I like that animation.
Oh, thank you. That was supposed to be the intro, but we decided to make it as a segment part.
Yeah, I felt like the original intro was more for like the show, and this is more like a segment within the show.
Fair enough.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I like that idea better.
Fair enough.
More than just changing the entirety of the intro.
It's hard to find like certain like football like sport themes to make like that.
Yeah, I already know. I wonder if Dak will hold out asking for a new contract. Some players will not play when they have leverage in this situation.
I mean,
if he was on the franchise tag, I would agree with you, but he's still under regular contract. He's under a signed contract. They don't really hold out on those.
What if they give him the tag next year?
You know how much the tag's gonna be? Man, the tag's gonna be a lot if they tag him next year.
I mean, yeah, they already have like barely next to no money right now.
It could happen. Running backs always play to prove it, but corners, linemen, and quarterbacks all usually hold on when they have that type of stranglehold on the team. And I expect Dak to try to stay in Dallas. He's going to push to stay in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think he would ever hold out, because that's his leverage is, okay, well, let me play during this regular season. And then fans love him. And then he gets to the playoffs and they lose first round. And it's like, well, damn, what happened?
Yeah, every time.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Dak is done in Dallas. May go to the Rams after Stafford retires. That's actually not a bad idea. But then Rams are going to have to pay him a shit ton of money. I don't know if the Rams are going to want to do that.
They got Jimmy G now as the backup. They're not keeping Bennett.
Stetson Bennett didn't work out like we thought it would.
I'm just telling you now, we're getting ready.
Well, no, that's fine. He just didn't work out like we thought he might. I just heard that
earlier today. I was like, okay, yeah, he's done.
No, it is what it is.
But I mean, I could see something like that.
Maybe in the 4th round of this draft or after this draft, we can go get Joe Milton if nobody picks him up and see where he goes.
We got 2 4ths this year.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe one of those. Maybe that 2nd 4th or that 1st 4th.
But we might need one of those 2 if we're trying to get up in the.
Well, I'm down for that. I'm just saying, like if he's there in the 4th, maybe we could.
No, that's fair. Him there. That's fair.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. We still got a little bit to the draft.
Yeah.
Babe Lafunberg is coming out of retirement for them. Oh my God, he's talking about old players. Oh Lord, probably their worst quarterback ever. Ugh. Trey Lance is still there. Trey Lance is still there.
I forget all about that.
I forgot about that. Trey Lance is still there. So I guess they do have sort of a plan if he doesn't work out. But then again, this is going to be his 4th year in the league right now, Trey Lance? He's going into his 4th year.
And I think has maybe like less than 10 games started.
But I'm just saying, like, he's going into his 4th year already. So that means they would have to pick up his 5th year option, and they would only get him for 1 year on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
So while that's good, I still think you're still not resetting that timetable for paying a quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
I can see him drafting a quarterback at probably 2, 3. Because you still got outside of Penix and Bo Nix, you got Michael Pratt, you got Rattler. Who else is out after them? Who's the quarterback from Notre Dame?
The quarterback
that came out. Sam Hartman.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Then we got a dude named Devin Leary. Milton, like you said.
Dak was 6th round, I believe. Was he that late? I thought he was a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Trey Lance will get injured if the wind kicks up. Not if the wind kicks up.
And that's bad because Dak plays in a
Dak was a 4th round pick. Okay, so he okay. Yeah, he was a 4th round pick. Okay. Milton will be there in the 6th round. Damn, you think he'll be going that low? I don't know. I can see him going 4th. That's what I'm thinking.
We're talking fantasy, though. Are we talking fantasy about Milton getting picked up?
No, I'm talking. Well, he's talking about in the real draft. That's what I'm talking about, even in the real draft.
All right.
I'm saying in the 4th round of the real draft is where I think he's going to go.
Okay.
Maybe 5th if he drops a little bit, but I think he'll be gone before the 6th round. I do.
Oh yeah.
I do think he'll be gone before the 6th. Dak, actually, I like actually, like sometimes, other times I don't understand what's happening, but as a Raiders fan, I ain't seen shit since Gannon. That motherfucker Carr I loved, but he was a soft back. And I knew he wasn't elite. Yeah, he's not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback. I wouldn't call him elite, though. Imagine if Dak holds out, the Cowboys season is over. They don't have anybody else.
That is technically true because we've seen it.
Yeah.
Like every time Dak gets hurt,
well, that's what he's saying. He already had a huge leg injury. I believe he's thinking about security. If he gets injured mid-year, he loses about 70 to 100 million. He's right. That's tough. But I still think he's gonna play. What if the Rams go quarterback Bo Nix, Penix in the second round? I think Bo Nix is actually going to get drafted first round by Denver out of need and necessity. They're either going to go Penix or Bo Nix, but I think Sean Payton is going to lean more towards Bo. I do think that.
Do you think the injury concern with Penix is going to make him drop further than the 15?
That's why. I think Penix is actually not going to go in the first round.
Fair enough, because somebody was saying like, yeah, his physical may have checked out at the combine and everything.
What I'm hoping for is that the Giants hold off until the second round and then trade up into more into the second and go draft him.
Okay. That's who you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the reason why is because, yes, he has had some injury issues. But the Giants are attacking offensive line hard right now. So they shore up that offensive line and have him protection, and you build that offense around a guy like that, man, it'll be tough. Fair especially enough. If we go if the Malik Neighbors and how you talk about it, Malik going to the Chargers and the leads the Giants in a predicament. Right. If they go get Roma Doomsday, and in the second round turn right back around and go get Michael Penix Jr.
I didn't think about that part. See, I don't have y'all drafting a wide receiver in the first.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. I worked as an agent in music outside of the label. I'd flex on Dallas heavily for that contract. Drew Rosenhaus would pull the whole out. My guy needs security to know his family's taken care of. Yeah, I've heard that line by a whole bunch of agents. I like both QBs on round 2. I like Penix as a Raider. And he could go to the Raiders. I could see that. If he ends up falling to y'all into the second round and the Giants don't trade up, like I would hope they would, I could see y'all drafting Penix in the second round. I really could. Milton injury hurt his stock. It did.
Yeah.
It did. People forgot FSU quarterback in this draft. Jordan Travis. Yeah, Jordan Travis is in this draft as well, but as just like Milton, that injury hurt his stock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially not being able to play against a defense
in Georgia.
In Georgia, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he also kind of, I think it was like mid to late season too.
Well, also like mid to late season. Yes, I'm saying that he missed like the last few games, so the team didn't look as good, and they won. What's it called? They won up until, they went undefeated. They won the ACC championship, but them not having their starting quarterback killed them.
Yeah.
Milton's accuracy hurt his stock. That's tough.
I heard somebody say
he's raw. He does need to be built up more, but I do like his overall game. I do like.
I heard somebody say if you need Milton to throw an 80-yard pass, he'll throw you an 80-yard pass. But if you need him to throw him a 5-yard pass, he's throwing you an 80-yard pass.
Yeah, he's not a very accurate quarterback. But the thing is, his accuracy can be taught and worked on.
Yeah.
Throwing motion and accuracy can be taught. That's not what can arm strength like that cannot be taught. I'm sorry, it cannot be taught. You know what I'm saying? Being athletic cannot be taught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's stuff that he has stuff that you can't teach. But he's bad in the areas that you can teach. You see how that works? You see what I'm saying? If he goes to the right coach that can develop a good quarterback, I think he can be a lot better than what we saw in college.
100%.
Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna head into the last little bit of our show, where me and Jared are going to go over our mock drafts for the first 16 picks. We went over the first 6 a while ago. So we'll dang it, I didn't have it. I thought I read it out. It didn't. Oh well, hold on.
What do you want to do first? You want to do yours? You want to do mine?
Oh, we're gonna do yours first.
All right. I don't know which one is which.
Hold on, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Dang it. All right. Here we go. So this is our mock draft 1.0. We're gonna go with Jared's first.
I don't know which one is which.
This one, the second one, Jared. So first, Jared, his first few picks, he had Caleb Williams going first to the Bears, Jaden Daniels going second to the Commanders, Drake May, and then Marvin Harrison falling to the Cardinals. Chargers going with Malik Neighbors. Giants are going with
Joe
Alt. Sorry. Let me right now. Okay, yeah, Giants are going with Joe Alt. Jared, what makes you think that there's going to be no trades into that top four?
I think personally, like we've talked about, like we said, the draft starts at 2, right? So I don't think. Okay.
keep going.
I think Washington takes Jaden because Kingsbury coached Caleb in college, so if he has no shot of getting Caleb because he's going to Chicago. So he might as well go get the quarterback that's closest to the thing he coached in college is in Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that knocks off the 2 quarterbacks right there.
Yeah.
New England, we all know that we need a quarterback. So Drake's going to fall there. Now, could the Cardinals trade out? Possibly, but they do need a receiver. So I think they're going to get Marvin Harrison for Kyler.
Okay.
Because outside of that, I think they only have, I think it's Malcolm Floyd.
No, I feel you.
I'm not sure who it is. Not Chicago. The Chargers. They just lost Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. I think Everett's going. Keenan Allen's going. They just literally lost the entire offense, and they need a wide receiver more than anything.
Yeah.
So the next best wide receiver.
Yeah, I
is
definitely think they go there. Now, why do you have the Giants taking the offensive tackle after in the free agency we signed like 6 offensive linemen?
Well, see, that part I didn't know about. Y'all attacked offensive line heavy.
Yeah, we had talked in the free agency. We went after a lot of different guys. We got a tackle from the Raiders, a guard from the Packers, another tackle from what's it called? Detroit. Like we went after like I think like four or five linemen that we signed in this offseason to try and rebuild this offensive line. That's my only issue so far. I mean, I do think other things happen after. Me and you have the same top 3. We're kind of dead set on how the top 3 is going to go. But all right, now let's go over what Jared picked for his 7 through 16. We had Brock Bowers going to Tennessee. That's a pretty good pick. Why do you have that?
Well, I think they need offensive, the tackle, or because they already got the Snead and Trey, so corner is probably okay for right now. They can still use some more work on it, but they need some more skill players outside of Ridley and D-Hop.
Yeah.
So might as well get the best tight end in the draft.
True.
And pair them up with him.
True. Yeah. Now, you don't think that they would need to go more defense because they gave so many defense pieces away?
That's a possibility. They could take Verse as an edge rush.
True. All right. Next we have Dallas Turner going to Atlanta. I like that pick. Me and you had the same pick on that one. Atlanta needs pass rush.
Yeah.
They're going all in on this offense. They signed Kirk Cousins. They still have Drake London. Still have Kyle Pitts. You got Robinson in the backfield.
And Algier.
Yeah, and Algier. So you got a good running back tandem. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. Mara talked about the Giants going high on a QB. Well, he said that if the front, if like the Shane and Dable, if they liked a guy at 6, that he would be okay if they win a guy and got a guy at 6. So could it happen? Yes, in some situation. In some situation, it could happen where they do draft a quarterback. I don't want them drafting J.J. McCarthy. I'm not high on J.J. McCarthy.
Who? So, all right, let me pause real quick for you. J.J. McCarthy or Spencer Rattler? Because you said every year the Giants have drafted like the MVP of the Senior Bowl, and that was Spencer Rattler. So who would you rather?
Oh, man.
If it came down to the quarterback position that y'all are drafting right then and there, McCarthy or Rattler?
Probably McCarthy, because I'm higher on McCarthy than I am on Rattler.
Fair enough.
So
I've seen some things where Rattler is the best quarterback in this draft.
that's a terrible take. All right, you got
I've seen a few from this dude.
I can't pronounce his name. But he's the offensive tackle from Penn State.
Oh, Fasanu?
Yeah,
Fasanu. How
Fasanu.
to say his first name.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his first name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a good pick. I like the Bears going there with that pick.
You get a tackle.
You get a tackle to help
Because
protect him.
once you think about it, Chicago, we got Keenan Williams now.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. DJ Moore.
Yep.
You got DeAndre Swift is not. I mean, I think personally,
he still had over 1,000 yards last year.
I personally think Swift is a better running back than what they had last year.
Yeah.
So, and you still got Cole Kmet.
Still got Cole. Yep.
So, offense is pretty all right.
Yeah. No, I agree. You got Roma Tuesday going 10th. You got JJ. You think JJ would fall to 11 if he's not gone in the top 3?
I mean, if Minnesota sees him falling, and if he could fall into their lap.
Well, the thing is if they get past the Giants, I could see that because I don't see anybody else in between them that would need a quarterback.
Exactly.
Maybe the Jets go quarterback, but because we talked about that do you go all in on them or do you go get somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I also think they need somebody outside of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
and then they could. I mean, outside of this draft right here, they need outside of Garrett Wilson, they need wide receiver, tackle, quarterback.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, then you got Bo Nix going 12. I like Bo Nix going 12 as well. I like him going to Denver. Trey Benson. You got them taking Trey Benson that high?
I just put it as okay. They lost Josh Jacobs. I was like, I just couldn't really think of who they could use right now.
Man, a running back in the first round. Though?
Yeah, I didn't really. After I hit him, like, you know what? Probably not a good pick, but I'm just ride with it right now.
Okay, then you got Graham Burton. Was that a offensive guard going to the Saints? They need offensive line help. Definitely up in the middle too. Nate Wiggins going to Indianapolis. Now, explain to me why you have Nate Wiggins going as the first cornerback.
I think they're probably let's see, like the first cornerback off the board. He's really honestly the only one I really know of coming out, and I've seen his 40. He was, I think, the fastest corner with the 40.
Wing going crazy right now.
I'm saying. So I just put him as the first corner going off the board because I think Indianapolis needs a corner.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. I think I have them going defense as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what I had them going as on though. And then to round out your top 16, you had Cooper DeJean going to them as a safety. I like that pick. I do. I like that pick. I think, they get rid of Jamal Adams
and Quandre Diggs. They can cut both their safeties.
Yeah, so we're gonna see another white boy in the defensive backfield
as a safety. He can't
be a corner. Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
it's banned in the NFL to be a white corner now. So, so all right. Well, Jared, that is your top 16. All right, let's head over to mine. And this is Jacob's top 16. Start with my top 6. I have Caleb Williams going number 1, obvious.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, Drake May. We had the same top 3. However, I have the Vikings actually trading up to go get Jay McCarthy.
Fair enough.
Because there's been a lot of reports that I've seen on the Giants that the Giants have been high on JJ McCarthy. And now they're talking about the Washington Commanders might be high on JJ McCarthy. So if Washington actually fucks up this draft, because as I was telling Jared earlier, what a lot of people don't understand about this draft is that this draft does not start until pick 2. Everybody knows who pick 1 is going to be. It's going to be Caleb Williams. So this draft does not start until pick 2. Pick 2 rolls around, and we're like, okay, where do they go? They go Jaden Daniels, Drake May, or JJ McCarthy. So it'll be interesting to see that. But right now, I still have, because this is what I would do if I was them. I would go Jaden Daniels, Drake May, JJ McCarthy going 4. That leaves Marvin Harrison Jr. falling to Jim Harbaugh at 5 with the Chargers. We talked about them needing wide receiver. Keenan Allen gone, Mike Williams gone. Jim Harbaugh played against Marvin Harrison Jr. his entire collegiate career.
Yeah.
So he knows what kind of receiver he is. So I could see him going to get him.
Now, I've seen something about McCarthy going to the Chargers. Could you?
No.
I don't see it either. But
they've paid Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's already paid and extended for like 6 years. There's no way they draft a quarterback. They're going wide receiver.
Yeah.
They're going to go wide receiver.
I fully believe it too.
And that's going to lead the Giants to go pick Malik Neighbors at 6. We haven't had a number 1 guy in years.
Since Odell.
It's been almost 10 years since I can officially say that we've had a number 1 wide receiver. Yep. An official number 1. Can we please go get one? Please. Both Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors are both those guys.
Yeah.
They are both those guys.
Yeah.
A little bit different skill sets, but they are still both those guys.
Yep.
So you can't go wrong with either one. Now in a situation where I would be shocked is if this flipped. Is if the Chargers ended up going to get Malik Neighbors and that left Marvin Harrison Jr. to fall to 6 to the Giants.
That's your
I would shit my pants, bro. I would shit my pants if that happened.
As an Ohio State fan.
I would go absolutely crazy if they were able to get Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm dead serious. I would go dumb shit crazy. It would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did, you're going to hear me talking some shit. I'm going to be talking some shit. Okay. Now, I have Tennessee going with Joe Alt.
Okay.
I know you had them going with Brock Bowers.
We're in the same kind of area.
Yeah. I still think they need protection.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You protect Will Levis. It'll give him more time to read the field. He'll feel more comfortable, build more confidence in the pocket, build confidence throwing the ball to somebody like a DeAndre Hopkins, throwing it to somebody like a Calvin Ridley. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Checking it down to Pollard.
You know, I do think they attack running back in this. Oh, no, I forgot. They got Pollard. So they might go get another running back, but they got Tajay Spears. That's right. I was thinking maybe like later rounds.
Yeah.
But I think they go to shore up that offensive line. I think Joe Alt is the best tackle in this draft. Notre Dame, as we've seen over the years, has produced amazing offensive linemen. So that's where I got them going. Dallas Turner, like I said earlier, me and you both agree on that Dallas Turner and the Fasanu. We both agree on both of those picks. Now, this is where we disagree. I got Brock Bowers going to the Jets. I think that the wide receiver, they have Garrett Wilson over there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think the Jets are going to, they need a tight end that can do it all. It gives Aaron Rodgers a safety blanket at tight end. That's what you need.
Yeah. That's what he had almost his whole career. You had Mercedes Lewis at one point. You had Jimmy Graham to an extent. Can't remember any other ones like off the top of my head besides those two off rip.
Yeah. Now your offensive line is trash. I will not lie. The offensive line is garbage. However, I think they attack that more in the later rounds because Joe Alt and Fasanu go top like before you.
Yeah, and to be fair for both of our drafts, his tackle, the offensive line is deep in this draft. So
yeah,
it could honestly go both ways.
Yeah. So now I could see a situation where they trade back as well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Okay. Sorry about that. I could see them trading back if they saw the offensive lineman and they were like, well, that's what we really wanted. We really wanted offensive linemen. Brock Bowers would be nice, but we're really trying to build this offensive line. I could see them trading back.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more picks, and then somebody trading up, maybe going to get a Brock Bowers, maybe going to get Roma Doomsday, somebody like that. But this is how I have it for right now. Then I have Roma Doomsday going to the Cardinals after picking up both the 11th pick and the 23rd pick. Okay. I think that's why they trade out that 4.
Yeah.
Because Minnesota gives up that 11 and they give up the 23. So, or they give up another first round next year. Then we talked about Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix going to them as well. We talked about the thing with Sean Payton and the kind of guys that he likes. So that's why I think he'll end up going that way. And then this is where we differ a little bit in these last 4 right here. I have Jared Verse going to the Raiders.
Now, they did sign Christian Wilkins, too.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Christian Wilkins is a D tackle.
Yeah.
Look what the Giants just built in New York, where you have Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and then Dexter Lawrence in the middle.
Yeah.
So now imagine they put Max Crosby, Christian Wilkinson, and then another great pass rusher like Jared Verse on the opposite side of Max Crosby. That D line is going to be scary.
They got to do something to get after Mahomes.
Exactly, and that's why I think they go that way. You have to do something to start disrupting Mahomes.
Yeah.
And the way you do that is put pressure up front. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Jared Verse, that's the way you need to go. You need to go get a pass rusher, build up that D-line, and be able to go after these guys.
I would love to see a rivalry like New England and Bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Oakland and I would love to see that.
That would be.
You know what I'm saying? The West has to get more competitive. This has to stop with the Chiefs, man. This has to get more competitive, please.
For the past 20 years. I'm sorry.
I know, I'm just tired. Nobody wants to see it. And then we got I got Talise Fuga. I don't know how to say his last name. He's a tackle out of Oregon State. We talked about the offensive line for the Saints. They're terrible. That's where I think they end up going. And then I have Terrion Arnold, the cornerback out of Alabama, going to the Colts. I think he's
same position, different.
Yeah, players. I think he's a little bit better. I think he's a little bit better than Wiggins is. So he's my first cornerback on my board. I think that's where they attack though.
Yeah,
they got to go get another corner.
Yeah,
they have to go get a corner. I could see them maybe going edge if they like somebody more on the edge, but I think what they need right now is a cornerback. They need a good lockdown. And then I have Seattle actually going offensive tackle with Washington's tackle. Okay. Seattle, while I do agree that they need a safety in the first round, that would be nice and everything to rebuild that defense, their offensive line was actually ranked worst in the NFL.
Damn. The Seahawks?
The Seahawks. That's between pass blocking and run blocking. Combined, they were the worst.
It depends why Kenneth Walker ain't have that much of a good of a season.
Exactly. Either. So they were a terrible offensive line. So I think that they try to attack that because they attacked defense heavy last year. So I think they're going to attack more offense on this year, as far as the line goes. But that is my top 16. Like I said, me and Jared different a little bit. I have a couple more trades going on than he does. He didn't put any trades in for right now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Understandable. Jared, anything else you wanted to add before we end it here?
Just a fun little note. Did you know about this? You said something about Notre Dame, right?
Yes.
So did you know basically all the players from the 2000 era for Steelers, all their kids are now going to play for Notre Dame?
That's crazy.
Jerome Bettis' kid's going to play. Ryan Clark's kid's going to play. Do you remember? I think his name's Harrison Bryant.
Yeah.
Or no, the D tackle from long ago.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
His kid is gonna be a freshman over there. Son, this dude is like 6'5", like 230.
Jesus,
As a freshman, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's some more players going over there. So it's like all the players from that era, all their kids are going to play together in the same school.
That's wild, bro.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Appreciate all the comments. We always love the commentary. Always love the comments. Love chatting with the chat. Get it, chat. Anyway, check us out. We'll be back. What's next week?
Easter is Sunday.
Spring break, yeah.
I'm off Monday.
I
believe. I get off early Friday.
I have to see my schedule.
All right.
We'll put it up on Twitter.
We also have a special guest. We're just trying to work out something coming up soon.
Yes. Yeah. I'm actually probably after the draft. After the draft happens, while we're in the off season. Probably gonna bring my dad on here.
Nice.
To talk with y'all.
Nice.
Probably gonna bring my dad on here to talk with y'all.
How's Bart Scott say? Can't wait.
He's a huge Washington fan, Washington Commanders fan. He's been a Commanders fan his entire life. He could not convert me.
There's actually a clip with him trying to do that.
Yeah, it's in the shorts. It's in the shorts on YouTube if you want to check it out. But yeah, we've rivaled in a lot of sports. He's a Lakers fan. I'm a Celtics fan. You know, he's Washington. I'm a Giants fan. I always liked going against him. It was fun. It was fun competition. The only team we agreed on was we're both Boston Red Sox fans.
Fair.
So, and he doesn't really watch hockey. I watch hockey, so a little bit different. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff they're doing here on YouTube. We switched. We used to stream as well as on Twitter
and Facebook.
But we learned some stuff about the monetization and everything.
Yeah, so we're gonna be strictly live episodes. We'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
But if we do recordings, and we'll put them out and stuff.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate everybody showing up, joining in. And that'll be it for tonight. We'll be back hopefully next week. Like I said, check our Twitter page and it will be on there. All right. Anyway, as always, see ya.